Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa D'Amico, the curator of the Come As You Are virtual art exhibit being hosted by the Cultural Alliance of Western Connecticut. And I have the great pleasure of speaking to artist Aviva Sakolsky about her piece in the show, which is called International Women's Day. And I love it. And I'm so glad that you're here talking to me, Aviva. Now, your piece in the show is kind of different than most of the others. It is very multi-subject. A lot of the pieces in the show are solitary figures, and yours also is what I would really feel like is an exuberance and an explosion of color. So, can you tell us about the piece and its journey to completion?
Okay, it's interesting that you say that because when I was in college, I painted many more nude figures and females than I do now. I guess, you know, obsession-wise and preoccupation-wise, it was going on in my head. And this particular piece, I called it International Women's Day because that's the day I finished it. And I said, it's International Women's Day, perfect. Also, I wanted to depict women of all colors, and it's very fanciful. The colors are generally, I think there's one person in there who's somewhat representational, but it has elements of boldness of women, women's ability to transcend their common day worries, even though sometimes we feel so embroiled in it. But I think women have a very spiritual connection to the world. Like, we can give birth to human life, and I think that makes us innately more spiritual. There's also women who are the enticer, what's that word? Like the seductress, and then women who in this that are fleeing from violence, women who are consoling women, taking care of women. So there's a lot of color, and there are many elements in the painting. Would it be okay if I shared a little peek?
That'd be great.
Okay.
That would be great. And now that you're giving me more insight into your painting, because as a viewer, as a fellow artist and curator, I come to your work and I, in many ways impose my, my own backstory, my own interpretation. But it's interesting that you're giving me these other, points of view that you approached it with, and you've articulated so beautifully.
Thank you. There's, can you see it, the image?
Yes.
Great. So there's a sensuality, there's an edginess, like the figure in the lower right-hand corner is kind of, the come hither, but does not really have a pure look about her, maybe an icy look. The one in the lower center is troubled, and that could be a male hand on her hair, holding her. The yellow one with the orange hair that looks like it's on fire is running away from something, someone, a situation. And then you have that, maybe Eve-like looking figure with her back towards us. It's kind of framed, I know. I'm sorry.
If you've listened, I know that you have work going on in the background, but I can't really hear it. It's a very low murmur.
Oh, okay.
So you're coming in loud and clear. So please continue.
Good. That'll be over soon. I apologize. And then there's like the impish figure that has a very Cupid sort of a look, very round and luscious. That's above the, Eve-ish sort of a figure. The one on the right that's purple and red, that purple and red are very strong colors, but she's kind of a caretaker figure. And then obviously the yellow one that's floating up. So it's very loud here. My apologies. and another caretaker figure that's on the left. And then, you know, there's that little garden kind of reference of maybe the Garden of Eden, and it just, there's, it looks very playful and whimsical, which I like and I intend in a lot of my work, but there's also serious elements in it, which I also intend in quite a few of my pieces. So this originally was a sketch that I had done in college for a printmaking class. And I did do a print of it. It was going to be a lithograph, and it was awful. It was not printmaking material at all, you know, subject matter or just the fig. It was, I mean, for my level of skill at the time, let me put it that way. I guess if I was a skilled lithographer, it wouldn't be an issue. But I'm going to stop sharing. But there we go. But when I was just kind of, you know, as we do, go back through sketchbooks, go back through piles of things, just looking for a little inspiration. When I came upon it, I thought, wow, that needs color. That's what the problem is. It just does not, because, or maybe it was an etching, because it was not color. It was black and white and gray. And I said, this absolutely needs color. And I saw the sensuality and just the aliveness of it. So that's where it came from, all those many years ago, back in my more warm youth period of warmness in my younger years.
Yeah.
To put it blandly.
Listen, you have an incredible body of work that, because you've been an artist your entire life, since you could hold something in your hand. So for everyone listening, I highly recommend that you follow Aviva, Facebook, Instagram, and check out her website. And the best way to do that, of course, is to see the Come As You Are exhibit online. Just go to cawct.org, and I'll put that information into this video and in the posting. And from that point, you can see Aviva's piece and then click on her link and go on really just a fascinating and very cerebral, I think, artistic experience.
Thank you.
So thank you, Aviva. This has been great.
That's a huge compliment from you, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Thank you.